Okay, we are in Main Street, Kelseyville here. I just wanted to give you a shot of it because it's actually very quaint. Got a lot of little antique shops here and authentic stuff going on. And then in the foreground, you'll see the base of the mountain, which is the Volcano Konocti. And it's actually got the top of it cut. It's cut completely off by the clouds. But yeah, this is an old like boardwalk style false front building town that's still running its original buildings. And you know, everybody seems pretty darn friendly here. Oh, look at that church. That's pretty cool. Anyhow, we're going to take the county road that winds up there. I don't know if you can make that out. But those are clouds at the top. So we're going to drive up that mountain and see what we see. Okay, so it's that type of terrain, but it looks really good. I mean, the ruts in this are super small. Let's go see what's up here. On the map, the road goes all the way up to the towers at the very top of the volcano, which would be crazy. But we'll see what there is. And there should be some hiking. Looks like maybe there's abandoned orchard houses, or their current orchard houses. You can't really pick it out. But we are driving up the side of the old volcano. So we'll sort this out a little bit better and I'll get back to you. But yeah, for now we're just twisting up and up and up. This look like switchbacks. From down below, it's gorgeous up here. We're instantly into like the Buckeye zone. We're gonna get a great view. And we don't have to climb it. I thought you had to climb this mountain. I didn't realize you could drive up. It's like that though. I encourage you to just keep looking at maps and re-looking at maps and driving up roads. Oh, look at that. Never seen that before. Confusing so far. It's all very private looking property on all sides, as most of California is. Maybe the road itself is the park. Not sure, but man, these old walnut orchards up here and carved in the side of the hill are gorgeous. Wish walnuts were worth more. This whole region would be doing better. Looks like they invested in walnuts early around Clear Lake and stuff, and then it must have gone bust. Just interrupted a murder. Oh, look, the crows were talking to the turkeys. Hey, turkey. Hi, I'm from the Quester Details. We wanted to do an interview with you today. How's the foraging been? How are things going? Oh, there's a whole bunch of you? Are you okay with being on camera? They don't seem to care much. It's a healthy looking thing, huh? Hi! Okay, I'm gonna head up to the top of the mountain. If you guys are here when I come back, I'd love to do an interview. What? What? Sorry, I was talking, I didn't get that. There's the crows down there. They've reconvened. This is incredible. Somewhere up here. Hey, what is that? Is that snow still? Let's look. Or white volcanic rocks on the... Oh, that's the K. That's the K. They must be painted for Konocti. But then look at that. Look at that. Is that big old bird of prey on top of there? I can't tell. But look at the pinnacles. And look at the caves going in there. This thing is hollow. The Native Americans that lived here, which were the longest inhabitation sites without break in the entire, without a historical break in their record, in the entire of North America. And they claimed that there was little fairy people, not hobbits, even smaller, fairy people that protected the mountain, and that Coyote, when he was depressed, dug into the side of the mountain and lived in there for a while. When he left Spider in charge. And the Native Americans claim that there's a huge cave inside of here with the world's, well, geologists have said that it would be the world's largest lake inside of a mountain if it was real. So maybe we'll find the entrance. There's a lot of big boulders on this place, all covered in scrub. From far away I'm always like, how could you hide a cave entrance on there? Well, now I see that's all scrub brush, which is head high, covering slopes of scree and boulders. So you'd have to find the right little crack and wiggle off into it. We're up on the side of the mountain. This is very exciting for me. This is the biggest geological feature around me for 100 miles or something. It's literally the volcano. And yeah, what a nice road. You could drive up here in a lowrider minivan with your family. And remember, this is winter right now. It's February, so it should only get better. Maybe we're in the park now, because suddenly there are no driveways, there's no fences. And this is kind of the distance out it was showing. Man, that's pretty out there. See that? It's nice and open landscape, that's for sure. Yeah, this is looking like normal area. See, there's just little pullouts and walkouts. Beautiful. Hey, we have a sign up ahead. We can show you something besides road shots. Woohoo! This is what it showed on the internet. Mount Konocti County Park. Let's read the signs. Restroom, 0.68. Main parking area, 0.76. No off-road vehicles allowed. For Americans with Disabilities Act, access information. Okay, cool. And there's a gate. That's pretty delineated. There's Clear Lake and the entire sweeps of Kelseyville out there, or whatever its true name is, the most beautiful flat area on this side of this ancient lake. I'm sure it has a true name. Oh man, gorgeous. Okay, back away from the edge. I 100% recommend coming up here and checking this out. These are clouds on the top of the mountain. Oh man, we're on the top of the volcano. There's not that many spots that I know of where you can drive to the top of really tall peaks, let alone volcanoes, in my area. So, this is awesome. Not to mention, we're on top of an underground lake, people. Oh, okay, we got this. I wouldn't drive too far off of this main road around here. I see straw and pits from where people got stuck. I'd stick to, you know, the bulldozer pads and stuff that they've given you. Gorgeous. With garbage cans and picnic tables, just so you know. I mean, come up here and have a private camping trip. I know there's people watching this all over the world. I can't get to where you are and show you the cool spots, so you got to do that for yourself until I get there. Look up here. I had to take a day's journey just hiking up and exploring all of these. But yeah, there's pinnacles. This has scrub brush all over it, so it's hiding a lot of the rock features. But when you get nose up to it, I'm sure that there's just 1,000 little overhangs and caves and stuff. And we're up in the clouds. Woohoo! And this is an old walnut orchard that we are in. These are English walnuts. And they're that old that they have moss. And there's their graft line. So there's black walnut with a hardier rootstock. And then they graft on English walnut, which out here in California, the English walnuts were having a hard time. I don't know if they do that all over the world. But we had to do that here. So you'll see a black bottom on there and then a white top. They're not painted usually. It's just the white of the English walnut, and then the black walnut is what you're seeing when you look across in a walnut orchard and see the black and white. Which means that when you come up here, this ground will be covered in English walnuts too. which is awesome. These are all of them, and I guarantee you they still fruit, because that's one of the virtues of a walnut. Prune me once and I'll produce for 1,000 years. An orchard also indicates, of course, a home site somewhere near. Look, no metal detectors, so that's official. No pruning, cutting trees, no glass containers, no hunting, no alcohol, no smoking, no fires, no dogs, no ATVs, no bicycles, no equestrian, no camping, and no metal detectors. Right, so there's cabins all over this probably. Ah, it doesn't say any, no spelunking and no caving. Looks like there's a restroom in 2 miles, a cabin at Oak Grove, 2 miles. Buckingham Peak is 2 miles out. Howard Peak is 2 something miles out, almost 3. And Wright Peak, so you can get to the peaks here. For you. There are diamonds in the road up here. See that? Those little clear ones are Lake County diamonds. So, there's moon tears. See them? That's how big they usually are. That's why the spot where I have is really awesome. That's your atypical size there. And yeah, they are in the ditches along this road. But that's how they occur around most of these mountains up here. Yep, no deposits of them, but they are micro. Micro. Which is what I've been told Bottle Rock Road and such is. Look at that. Look at my finger in comparison to that. Crazy. Well, but here's another spot where they are. It's another corner of their territory. Actually, on my way out, I'm leaving, stopping by that lower parking lot again. And look, those are all California. Well, I call them California diamonds because they're found. I find mine actually in the corner of Napa County. But if you look them up online and in gem books, they'll be called Lake County diamonds. And I know there'll be commenters that don't know about these because they're really uncommon. I was told they're only found here in these areas. So they'll tell me that's broken glass. So you'd have to actually probably come up here. I've also had people say that they are old terminated quartz crystals, that they're broken down and they're just old pieces. And you know, me and lots of people have hiked up to where they're actually coming out of the rocks and they have no termination to them. They grow in, or not even grow. They are trapped in rocks. You can see how they are trapped. They're not really a growing thing. As far as I can tell, I think that they grew below and were brought up like a real diamond. And anyhow, it's exciting for me because people always tell me they're tiny in other places. Well, now I get it. But all of the sand and all of these cracks that you see are all diamonds. So they harvest these and use these for industrial purposes. That's one of their main things that they do with them, because they make great sandpaper and boring tips. Weird. It looks like one of mine. It's the Manzanita base. The bush would go up from there and somebody's dug it and cut it. That's a slice of a burl. Well, Maybe that's why all the rules and restrictions. Yeah, see, here's somebody's dump pile. Tools in the toolbox. No. Probably, yeah. Okay. Here's some of that sage. It is just lush because it's all pumped up for the having water in it from all these rains. Let that come through the screen to you. To wiggle into 1,000 holes to even find, there was old timers that went into these caves though, and left their initials and stuff inside of them, so you'll know if you're in anything real because you'll start seeing old graffiti. They say this volcano is it's made out of layers and layers and layers of lava and tectonics that have lifted it, and it's very porous. You can see that underneath the bushes it is huge boulders. It's a huge pile of boulders. So I very much believe that there could be a large lake in there. Supposedly the largest interior inside of a mountain underground lake in the world is there. The Konocti project. If you get a chance, type that in. I think I found it on YouTube is actually where it is. And it was the geologist, the head geologist of the largest gold mine in California, which is the Homestake, which is around here, about 40 miles away from here. And that's what he spent his free time doing, was climbing around on here with another old timer that had heard the legends. And if you go down into Kelseyville right now, walk into any of those bars and sit down and start talking about the caves and the lake inside, they'll tell you stories of the old timers carving their names in sticks, throwing them into the caves on the top and getting them out of the lake and finding blind fish and all kinds of stuff. Interestingly enough, there's not a drop of obsidian that I've seen on this entire slope of this mountain. So this must be the bouldery rock side. I've been on other volcanoes like Lassen, and they definitely have different areas of what they spew out. Not very much tuff either. You know, the white compressed volcanic ash. A lot of round boulders. Just a lot of round boulders. Of course, the entire, you know, there's cross section so I can reference it all the way up and down this road. And the base of this mountain has the largest deposits I've ever seen of volcanic glass in my life. I'm sure all volcanoes have them, but I mean, you know, the vineyards comb out car-sized boulders of obsidian all along the base of here. Every vineyard has a pile of them. And that's what the ground is composed out of. There's more obsidian in the ground than regular rock. But not here. as we have dropped in altitude, so we've dropped into the obsidian zone. And these are actually naturally rounded, laying on the side of this mountain, so they're almost what you would call Apache tears. And those were just laying in the gravels alongside the road here. Like I say, there are fields of boulders that aren't that big around here. But I thought we would wander out, take a look at some of the oak forest area. These are all oak trees that have grown close together and tight and small. And it's a pretty little spot here. I was following what felt like an old road, but I couldn't be sure. It just felt like a uniform distance between two trees, but nothing that was ever established hard. And it brought me to these cool big rocks. And there's nothing but cool big rocks, but then the ground in between is really awesome. It's showing out here. It just feels quiet and like it's not a spooky thing. I don't know. It's like my ears haven't popped, but it's more in the air. I can hear the crows, but you can see the moss on each of these, and you can tell that they've been here a while. But there's just piles of them. I think that they're really cool because they're little miniature mossy rocks, but what it is we're at the base of a mountain of nothing but boulders, and these are all the little round pieces. These are all little lava rocks, and you know, the smallest pieces have rained down to the bottom. So you see the top of the mountain looks like a big old boulder pile. This is the little boulders. Really awesome. I mean, what a medium. You can see where the trees grow through it. It just heaps them up and spills them out of the way. Mossy pieces. I like that. I hope you don't mind just exploring with me today. I got very frustrated by not being able to hunt for treasure, and then realized that we were hunting details. So what are you doing here? You could see how out of place that is. That looks really cool though. I don't know, the trees here seem opened up too. There's definitely a lot of light on it. It'd be nice to know if that was a little cabin spot. What is up with that? It's a really hard stone. I'd almost say that that was brought here for its virtue, for the fact that it breaks so sharp. You can see it's a river rock. You know, it's been rounded by being in a river and then broken. So I bet you that either makes a good spark or a good tool. These are all poison oak that I'm walking through. They just don't have their leaves on them, so. But that's out of place because you can see the rest of the stuff here. There's nothing like that. It's just all this awesome lava gravel. And the toyon bushes, and then the big oaks. The poison oak. Me and poison oak get along just fine. This is a big, kind of flat area here. Oh, look. It's a grassy meadow. Let's go look at that. Okay, that wasn't a grassy meadow. I'm still gonna wander back the other way. I'll let you know if we find anything else different that's a detail. Hey, do you want to go up there? Yeah, let's go up there. That almost looks like somebody drove through there. And where, I don't know. It could be a flat spot right there, or they could just be these big boulders creating them too. fairyland. Look, we got a crow's nest. That's probably what they're making all the noise about. Yeah, and then this is more what the top of the mountain looks like. But yeah, look how many of these in the ground is just that. I guess that's not too amazing, but hi, little teeny tiny guys. They're semi-easy to distinguish just because of where they grow and their size. Okay, well, the clouds have gone over the sun, and it's all kind of gloomy. So we're gonna wander on out of here. Just me and you, after all. Look at that, though. Those are beautiful rocks. You can hear the woodpeckers going off. And all that. Get back on the road. The things that your mind will do to you. They're probably the only things that you really have to worry about. You know what I mean? Wherever you go, there you are. Didn't want to say it when we were that deep in, but I think I'll come back here with a friend next time. Spooky woods. Let's go. Hopefully I didn't lose my keys up there.